All right. Hello, everyone. This is Matt. We are broadcasting from Melbourne. I've done something. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done yet, and I think that's. That's a very important thing to do. So just take a second. I really want to do that thing. I would like to acknowledge the traditional owner of the land, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and pay my respect to elders, both past, present, and future. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. All right. Yes, that's something that I really wanted to do. Sorry, I'm French. I'm trying. All right. So I'm gonna say a little thing in French because I got most of my followers in French, but I decided now I'm gonna start to do that show in English just to gather a bit more of people and sharing the love with everyone. À tous mes auditeurs, aujourd'hui on va faire on change un petit peu de format, on va faire une émission en anglais qui est dédiée à Melbourne et aux artistes australiens et labels australiens et surtout de Melbourne, parce que voilà, je pense que l'idée c'était que j'avais envie de faire ça pour Melbourne, pour montrer un peu mon amour pour cette ville qui m'a donné beaucoup et en fait je me suis rendu compte qu'il y avait tellement de bonne musique à jouer que même dans un set j'ai pas pu tout rentrer, donc je voulais en mettre un petit peu un petit peu plus et puis faire partager au monde et aux Français, à vous qui m'écoutez, mon amour pour la France. Alors, petit problème, c'est que nous, on vient juste de changer d'heure. Donc, en fait, je vous avais dit 11h, mais en fait, apparemment, il est 10h20 chez vous. Eh ben, désolé, ça va être un petit peu plus tôt que prévu. Sorry. Okay, so I switch back in English. What I just said to all my fellow French people is that I changed the format of the show a little bit. Now I'm gonna try to do that in English, just to to touch a bit more people, and also because the what happened is I wanted to show and give Melbourne, showing my love for this city that gave me so much. And by that, I started gathering music from Australian and mainly Melbourne and artists and labels to showcase in a mix. And then after a little bit, I realized I got so much music. There's so much good music coming from Melbourne and from Australia and New Zealand, but people that are really into the Melbourne heart, that are from around here. And it's so much good music. I couldn't believe it. At first I was like, honestly, I was like, do I gonna be able to gather enough music to make a mix, like an hour 30 mix and stuff? And then, oh my god, this is crazy. This is so much good music, so much good label. And I speak about only my style, like progressive house. There is so much more for sure. So maybe in the next future I'm gonna do more show and open it up to other styles and stuff, but I just want to talk about what I know and what I'm doing. So yeah, by doing that mix, I just realized there is so much good music, so much good artists that I want to showcase. And so that's why I decided, oh wow, that could be a good idea to not only play a set, but also I'm gonna propose and present few releases that are just upcoming from Melbourne artists and Australian labels that I couldn't put in my mix, but they're so amazing tracks that I think that was the point of it. I wanted to explain what I want trying to do, and maybe for those who know the show, all the French people, we had such a ball. We went back in time in the 90s. I played all my vinyl, and we were gathering together between Zoom. So you can see there is a Zoom, that's a Zoom channel, and then there is that little webcam from the studio. So you can get the Zoom code and come in, and then sometime we can talk and stuff, or you can just show your love and whatever. That's cool. And we just had such a ball doing that thing. We were talking only in French, so you can have a look at the previous shows on the Twitch or on the YouTube channel. They were so much fun. The actually those horrible lockdown just bring us back together, connect us again, and not only doing DJ set. I find that connecting with all my friends and fan and family, that was a good opportunity to revive what we've lived in the 90s, and that was a great thing. So I was now starting to combining those things together, and I think I should include more the peer that are around me, all those amazing artists that I get in touch, that I've seen not recently because we're all still in lockdown, but there's so much good music, and Melbourne for me is the best city in the world, and it is still. So I want to show my love. That's it. So yeah, I don't know how that was about to go. I think we're on a good way. Had some little technical issue at the beginning. That's probably why you heard a bit of buzz. I just broke the host connection of my turntable, but I really wanted to play that track because it's a track from back in the days, from the 90s also, that I really cherish, and yes, it did a big impact on the show last time, so like the few time we played it. So yeah, that's it. All right, maybe enough talk for now. I don't know, what do you think? I can talk forever. I just had a little drink. So what I'm gonna start to do is presenting a release that I selected from the promo that I received, and I really thanks James Betham from that created Late Night Music. Amazing Melbourne-based label. This guy is also a great sound engineer, mastering engineer. He's also got his show called Friction. I was a guest for maybe a few months ago or something like this. Really good block, really nice music on his label, and he's got a release coming up. I'm gonna put the cover. This release coming up is called Reveal, and it's Mike Rish. And Mike Rish is again one of those amazing Melbourne producers that I didn't knew about, and I discovering not so long ago. Maybe it was his album on Eugenius or something like this, and oh my god, this is so amazing, such a beautiful music. That release is about to come out on 18th of October, and so what I'm gonna play is the track Reveal, but there is also another track which is Killing Time, and it's talking about one of those really special places we got in Melbourne called Killing Time, and we all miss a lot. So big shout out to Cam and Killing Time crew. So now we're gonna listen to the track Reveal from Mike Rish. That's gonna be released on the 18th of October on Late Night Music. go. That was Mike Rish Reveal on Late Night Music. It's gonna be out in 18th of October on all platform. What a beautiful track. So smooth, as you said, my good old sloth. Yeah, I really discovered this guy maybe last year or something like this. It's just amazing, lush music. It's really producing a lot of tunes apparently, and they're all really, really beautiful. All right. Yeah, so for all that are on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or whatever, just come here on Twitch because I can't monitor all the chats and everything, so it's just easier for you guys if you come on Twitch. It's totally free, don't worry. I don't ask anything, I just do that for the love. If you want to send me some money, you can. But I don't know, it's not the point. Yeah, so here we go. Now the next track is someone that also I met not so long ago, just before it all happened, and then it called Sieker, and he do this track with someone else that's called Wilma en français. Amazingly beautiful violin player, and she's playing live, playing her tracks and playing violin on top of it. And as soon as these things are, and as soon as we can go back and dancing and stuff, I'm telling you guys, don't miss. I've seen her once, it's amazing. And Liam is a really prolific and amazing producer. Amazing blog also, a really nice guy. Yeah, I select this track because he just sent it to me. There's another track on the set that I'm gonna play later. I'm not gonna talk like this all night and stuff. It's not gonna last forever. I just wanted to do a little bit of a talk show stuff, but there is a mix after with only Melbourne, Australian made music and with visuals and stuff. It's I'm really proud of that section, so bear with me, stick with me. We're just presenting few other things now that's going to be released. So that track that I'm going to play now, it's Sieker and Wilma, and it's called Momentary Lapse in Time, and that's going to be released on Stripped Record on the 21st of October. And wait a minute, I'm not going to play the original. I think I selected one of the remix, and I'm not completely sure I remember which one it is, but let me check. It is Camilo Sacramento remix. Yeah, so it's a bit more driving progressive, and you can hear the violin behind. Just shut up, Matt, just listen, guys. Amazing track, released very soon on Stripped Record. we are. Et voilà, another beautiful track, isn't it? So yeah, it's a bit different vibe. The original is amazing also. There's way more violin and stuff. I don't know why I choose this one. I finished late last night. Liam, Sieker and Wilma, Momentary, Lapse in Time. It's going to be released on Stripped Record on the 21st of October. Beautiful track. Got another track from Liam selected in my mix. Yeah, you see, it's another beauty, a real beauty. Yeah, next one is simply one of, or probably my favorite producer in Australia. It's a big call, but it's one of two that was doing infusion back in the days. It is no one else than Jamie Stevens, and Jamie Stevens just released a two-track EP on Hernan Cattaneo label Sudbeat, and it's it's just beautiful once more. This guy is on fire. This guy has been making music like constantly, and he's probably for me one of the most forefront creative Australian artists in the electronic music scene. Is everywhere. He's making remix in a lot of different styles. He's doing some breakbeat, some house, some techno, some laid back like organic house, some progressive house. It's just on fire, and every track he make, they're so creative, they're so forward thinking. He's probably a bit of a smartass, to be honest. No, he's actually the nicest bloke in the world. I can't wait to see him again and giving me a hug. He's the best hugger I know, with Barton from Antix. He's really an amazing, gentle, humble, nice guy. And his music is stunning. His music is literally stunning. He's also he's also a music teacher. He's teaching music production. So anyone who want to learn music production, I'll do it. But this guy, Jamie Stevens, is just next level. You're gonna hear in that track. In my mix, the next mix, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks of him selected in the mix that I'm gonna play next. Oh yeah, Dean, sorry, you're a really good hugger. Same kind of vibe, same kind of that. That's true. That's totally true. Dean Hypnotech, bass DJ, best friend, is also a really good hugger. Sorry, mate. Yeah, you're totally right. So. Yeah, let's listen to this track, and maybe we can talk a little bit more of him after. But actually, before I'm gonna play his track, I think I got something from him.
Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Stevens, and the next track is from my next release, the EP called Four Shadows, and it's on Sudbeat. I hope you enjoy. Merci.
Beautiful, isn't it? He even speak French. This is amazing. Thank you, Jamie. I really appreciate that. You're such a lovely human. Love you. Alors, what you guys think about this beauty? Oh my god, like it's so good, so good. And that groove, it can like last forever and ever and ever. It's just like so deep and lush and thanks Jamie. This is such a good tune, and I understand that you sent that to Hernan Cattaneo for his label Sudbeat. It's such a beautiful tune. So for the story, Jamie Stevens, I fell in love back in the days. It's Chris Dinox who made me discover Infusion back in Europe when I used to live in France, and Jamie remixed one of my track on my label Bus Record. That was like maybe 10 or 15 years ago, something like this. Oh my god, we're getting so old. But we haven't met yet, and that was it's such an amazing remix. That EP went so good just because of him. He's a magician. He's just a magician. He's a beautiful man, really clever, really creative. That everything he touched, I think he even called that remix Gold Return Remix or something like this, and that was exactly the point. That was exactly that. It's just everything he touched is just getting into sparkly, goldy, really nice, shiny stuff. He's a carver, carpenter of sound. Is just an amazing, beautiful soul that make beautiful music. Thank you, Jamie Stevens. Just keep going, never stop. And as I said, I'm gonna start my set with his remix of Melbourne from Chable that's been released not so long ago, that made a big hit on Beatport. All the Melbourne artists remixing that anthology legendary track Melbourne. And so I was gonna start my set with that, and also I play another track also that is Want You to Love, Jamie Stevens Love for Phil K remix. Hello Phil. It's just everything you touch, and there's other tracks in there. There is a Pandemic poem with beautiful deep tribal track, and I play, it's like there is two recurrent artists in all of my sets that I play pretty much every set. You can find at least one or twice or three times tracks from Dinox and Bakers and Jamie Stevens. For me, they're just there. They're just there after the screen there. Up, you can't see anymore. Yep, that's where they are. So beautiful, guys, amazing. Just gonna have to cue the next track. Oh, and the next track, So the next track, to be honest, they're not from Melbourne. They're not Australian, but they're Melbourne heart. They play here so often. They're like Melbourne children's. And they play in France also a lot. We brought them to our festival we used to do back in the days in France called Arcadia. It's Aiden and Barton Strom, which back in the days were called Antix, but now it's under the moniker Out of Sorts, and which is out of sorts as its spell. It's just their own vibe, their own music. Already Antix was kind of their thing, but this is just everything they make under that name is just out of sorts. It's their own style. They don't compete with anyone. It's just special. It's just amazing. And they've been producing that album that's going to be released on Beat and Path Record, which it's a label that's run by Ewan, famous Australian emblematic legendary DJ, producer, and amazing man. And Aiden and Barton run that label. I think there's three of them. I'm not sure. Maybe I can have them for an interview one day. That would be awesome, just to have a bit more incentive, a bit more knowing what they're doing with this label is just amazing. Everything they've been released is great. It's really laid back, organic, house, stripped down, trippy. I love it. It's not exactly the stuff I play, but I played a lot of this music, and I love it. And so yeah, they've been working on that album during lockdown and stuff, and it's called A Figure of Speech, and it's going to be released at the end of the month on the 20th of October on Beaten Path. And yeah, when Aiden sent me this promo, it's just like, oh my god, this is so good. And yeah, okay, they're not from Melbourne, they're not from Australia, but that doesn't matter. For me, they're from here. They play Rainbow Serpent so many times. They play all the clubs around here. They represent for me also what Melbourne amazing music scene is. And also I know them really well for like 20 years back in the, I remix for them, they remix for me. I've been getting them to play at our festival Arcadia many times, like Barton came, Aiden, then the boss, and we played at many parties in Paris also with our dear friend from Submachine Records and Mystic. That's back in the days, speak about 15 years ago. And yeah, and they invite me also for the first time with Abe in a festival in New Zealand. The first time I tour Australia, which was in 2001 for the Eclipse, 2002 for the first Eclipse in the Outback. I met them through a really good friend, Abe. Hey, Abe. And they invited me to play that festival in New Zealand, which was, I can't remember, the name slipped. Blah 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 festival. And that was amazing. That was so nice to go there and meet all those Kiwis, and that was the cherry on top of the cake of my first tour in Australia and New Zealand. So when I came back, I just wanted to give a bit of payback, so we invited them to play at our parties and festival in Orléans and in Paris, and a big friendship started. And they're amazing people, they're really beautiful souls, and they make amazing music. And we're gonna hear one of their track, and I also is the track is ready? Yeah, I also got a little surprise from Aiden, which I really appreciate. Thanks, bro. You're a fucking legend. Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Hayden from Out of Sorts. I'd like to introduce this new track from ours. It's called Lynchpin. It's coming out at the end of the month on Beaten Path Records. Thanks for the love, Matt. Have a wicked set, bro.
Et voilà, et voilà. Alright, there's more and more French people coming up because I made a little mistake. Yeah, we just changed hours, daylight saving, blah 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 blah, blah. And so I told all the French people it's going to be 11 a.m. but I started at 10 a.m. for France. Thank you, daylight saving. Great tune, Out of Sorts, A Figure of Speech. It's a 4 or 5 track EP. I'm not completely sure. I don't remember. Just get it. Just go there or listen on Spotify or support your artist on Bandcamp. You can. I'm gonna put all those links. Where can I put that? On my Facebook or whatever. Type all those guys, support them. It is very important, especially nowadays. We need your support. I know it's a hard time for everyone, but artists, that's what make us going through all those hard time. Like listen to so much good music and the empathy you get from all those artists that went in lockdown or couldn't play and just got inspired and by all that strong, always nice energy that have been going around and that charge them, and they translate all that into music to soothe, is that English? Yeah, soothe our feelings and help us going through this. And I think this is really important. This pandemic just reconnect me so much with music and all my peers and all my friends that artists need your support. We need your support. Some love, some little message, some buying tracks if you can, streaming tracks not the best for us, but it still bring a bit of light on our work. But just show your love, because all we do is for love, because we're not making heaps of money on it and we don't care. We just do that because we feel it is something we need to do. And yeah, it's rewarding sometimes to feel a bit of love back. So those guys, Out of Sorts from New Zealand, Hayden Barton, amazing on Beaten Path, Ewan and others label is going to be released on the 28th of October, and that album called that tracks was called Limp Pinch and Lynch Pin, and there is some other amazing tracks on that. So just go. I forgot to put my camera back. Hey, hello everyone. That album cover, yeah, Aiden sent it to me. It's like, that's a bit abstract. It's not to be too sexy, but abstract. This is very sexy, mate. This is very sexy. It's abstract, sexy, and beautiful. Yeah. Some people want a resume in French. I got that on the chat right here. Seb, je disais juste que tous ces artistes que je présente ont besoin de votre soutien, parce que tout ça a été fait pendant les confinements, pendant la pandémie, et que c'est très important de soutenir les artistes, parce que déjà on n'en vit pas vraiment, et c'est pas notre but, mais le fait d'avoir de la musique quand on a des moments aussi difficiles, et aussi tous ces artistes dont moi et dont plein d'autres pendant cette pandémie, on a canalisé beaucoup de cette énergie pour essayer de la transducer, la transformer en énergie créative et faire de la musique qui va faire du bien à tout le monde. Et donc juste leur envoyer des petits messages ou aller sur leur Bandcamp pour acheter leur musique, au pire des cas aller streamer sur Spotify, mais bon, Spotify c'est pas ce qui fait le mieux, mais voilà, c'est important de soutenir tous ces artistes. Alright, back in English. One last track before the set. I have also one thing to say is that show, it's recorded and it's on YouTube and Twitch. Twitch sometime because of copyrights it's gonna mute the audio. So if you want to re-see that or re-listen to one of the track or re-watch the show, replay, you missed the beginning, you like it, whatever, you can straight go to my YouTube channel, and all the precedent shows are recorded there, and there is no, because I don't make any money, any profit on that, there is no muting. It's all free. Go there, just enjoy. This is just for the love. All right, next track is from it's a bit of a story also. It's from another amazing really creative artist from Australia. He's not from here. I think he's from it is not from Melbourne, but that doesn't matter. It's Doppel en français, Doppel. It's been really, he released for me the best album I ever heard in years, which is Eucalyptograph. Such a beautiful album with so many amazing different tracks. He's so creative. He's got his own touch, his own vibe. I had the chance to play with him at Subsonic back in the days. I didn't realize how beautiful his music was. It was such a nice energy. He played and then I play after and then he disappeared. But then I didn't realize how amazing his music was until Jesse, the boss of Open Record, sent me his upcoming album, and that just blew my mind. It's such an amazing album, beautiful. So now he's got a new EP that's going to be released. It's a 2-track EP called The Digital Loom, and it's going to be released on the 24th of, and it's just been released actually. Sorry, it just been released on the 24th of September, and it's released on Open Records. Open Records is Jesse Koch, a really good mate of mine. Also, I actually met Jesse the first time, we go back in time, first time I played in Australia in 2002 after the Outback Eclipse. I play at that festival by Happy People in Tenterfield called, my memory, don't get old, kids, don't get old. Whatever, I played and I started playing. There was not many people on the dance floor. There was these 2 kids like really into it. They were so into it, and after my set they come and talk, and Jesse was one of them, and he was like, I love your music, I love Submachine Record. I was signed on Submachine Record back in the days, and we met like this, and we just it's a long story. He released some of my music that I made with Igor Richie from Sydney, and it's a long history of friendship and support, and they're all amazing blocks. So I wanted to showcase this track because the other track of the EP, I put it in my mix also, but it's just beautiful music. I can't put, as I said at the beginning, there was so much good music coming when I prepared this set that I was blown away. I was really literally blown away that and it makes me think that I should do this show because it's just unbelievable how much good music there is in Australia, coming from Australians and in Melbourne in general. It's so amazing. So this track, it's called The Digital Loom, and it's from Doppel. what about that? Oh my god. Andy, Doppel. My goodness. Such an amazing track. It's just a journey, and it's like it's banging, but at the same time it's not. It's like going around that TB thing, and then it's lush and it's beautiful. It reflect a bit. I don't know him so well, but quite a bit, and it reflect also is the man is like that fire energy, but he's so nice and lush and beautiful man. And yeah, Andy, I know he have a bad internet connection, is out in the bush. He wanted to send a little message and stuff, but that's all right, mate. You with us. It's thank you for your music. Keep them coming. Just, no stress. Just do your thing. Your thing is beautiful. Yeah, this is so cool. Thank you. There's heaps of people now connected. It's very nice. Thanks for everyone for supporting this. I was just a tiny stress before when I started. What I'm gonna do, and it's in English, and then and it's going pretty well. I'm having fun, and I see a lot of people sending nice comments, and a lot of friends connected, and not only my French posse that is here. It's very nice to see all you guys, and I really appreciate that. Now I'm finished with the presenting of all those amazing tracks. There is so many more that I could present, but I don't want to talk too much also. Now it's going to be the time to I'm going to get behind the decks. And I forgot my camera again. I need an assistant. I'm doing everything on my own. It's just crazy. I got Zoom over here. I got a mixer there. I got an iPad mixing everything. I cue the music, and then I cue the videos, and then the covers, and then I chat, and I got also Facebook on here, and it's just like my head's blowing. I love this. This is so cool. A fresh drink. That's right. Well, I got some really nice whiskey here. Yeah, it's not like you shouldn't drink, whatever. You should drink. It's Sunday evening, and in France, it's apéro time. It's 11, pretty much. So, yeah, just have a little sip. And if the whiskey is a bit too strong, then you got some really nice Melbourne beer. I'm not going to show the brand. I'm not getting any sponsorship or anything, but it's probably I came and live in Australia maybe for the beer, because as a French I'm such a bad wine drinker, so I love beer, so it makes more sense to live here. Is that right? Okay, so it's gonna be time for the mix. It's gonna be an hour 37 depending, something like this, with beautiful visual like you can see here. They're already looping. So what I'm playing, what I'm doing is the visual animation is kind of random at download, and getting a lot of really nice nature and psychedelic images that are mixed together, but in a random order. I don't choose what's coming in. I just put my logo and stuff, and then I got a camera, and so I'm playing, and in the background, but it's all, I like this kind of randomness, not to be too prepared. The mix is prepared, I know what I'm gonna play, but the visual on top of it, I feel like it's important to have something that is happening during the live, like creating on the instant, that will not be able to be redone. It's just the purpose of being live. It's just going with the flow. And even technology, I've always been doing that. Randomness in creative process, it can bring something very special that anyway you can't predict, because predict and randomness is different. So it's such a beautiful thing to do. I got some really nice message on the chat. Yep, tequila for sure. Cinnamon, love you. We miss you, Mama, and Dean, of course, and Kiwa. We miss you guys, but we know you guys are way better where you are right now, and it's really nice to know. So I'm just gonna show you a little bit of the track list that I'm gonna play. I'm gonna start with that Luke Chable Melbourne and remixed by Jamie Stevens and Joey Miller, which is a bit of a breakbeat kind of vibe thing that I really love. And I'm gonna go into Freaky Chakra and Freddie B Want You to Love EP. And why I choose this track is because it's a remix from Jamie Stevens, and he made it for love for Phil K. And Phil K is, for me, I had to put his name on a mix that is dedicated to Melbourne, because he's the one, is the nicest, most amazing Melbourne producer. He's a friend with everyone was his friend. He was such a nice guy. For me, there's few things that tell what Melbourne is, and he is one of them. I discovered his first mix after also 2002. I get back in Europe with a CD given from a friend, and it's just writing on, you know how we used to copy CDs. There's just written Phil K on it with a textile, with Sharpie. So, and I put that on in my car, and that never left my car for like years and years, until I came here and I sell that van. That CD was going into every day. I mean, it was still there. Sometimes it's just popping by accident, and it's just Phil K is Melbourne. Yeah. You also have I wanted to say, I don't know if he's still listening, but Anthony Papa, which is also for me the heart of Melbourne and the international, is the guy that just took his things, went to London, made it big, and is, for me, probably the most technical and amazing DJ we got in our progressive house scene. And it's an amazing. I met him not so long ago by accident at Jack the Beer studio when I was mastering my latest EP on Dinox's Sprout, and he's just an amazing guy also, and he was really good friend with Phil K. That's why I think about him right now. With Jack the Bear also, there's like all this connection of that old guard, old generation that I'm kind of same age, but I'm not part of that guard because whatever. They're all really representing for me what is the Melbourne scene. Yeah, the Melbourne scene, the Melbourne sound. I got a message. Yeah, the Melbourne Phil K is the sound of Melbourne. And so after that, the third track will be Antix, but remixed by their own other project called Out of Sorts, and it's a beautiful track that's been released on Flow Vinyl, and I really wanted also, for me, they represent what is Melbourne and what is my connection to Melbourne, because they were the artists that were coming the most in France, and I was going back there, and we had a big connection. It was really important for me for them to fit in that mix. We're gonna follow with another Jamie Stevens track that is very important in that time, because there is a poem in there. For those who speak good English, you can hear a poem by Jonny Jenkins that is talking. He did that track with Treavor Moontribe, and it's the words in it are really important for where we are now, what we are experiencing, and how we're gonna get through and out. And that was very, for me, that was also very important to fit that track in there. And then we're gonna have Vapor, good, beautiful, another legend from Melbourne, Kasey Taylor label Vapor, and he's done that track with Karl Pilbrow, which is a really more than like the young guard, really proficient. He really push this scene also with some things on some mixes, and I lost my words, but that track is beautiful and is remixed by Hernan, Cattaneo, and Marcelo, Vasami, and it's a beautiful track. I couldn't not put a Kasey Taylor track and a Vapor track. This is Melbourne. And then another Doppel, the other one from that EP. This one's called Ostia, and it's beautiful. Another Vapor record from English producers Higgins, and I'm gonna play the Chris Micali remix. Chris Micali, Kasey Taylor, for me, it's my background. That's where I come from. And then Thank You City, the beautiful humans of Thank You City. We all look a little weird naked. Beautiful track. Gonna play the Roger Martinez remix. Those two boys are also, I think I repeat myself, but they're the two nicest boy of the scene. They're so gentle, humble, good soul, good people, and they make amazing music. They got a catalog. I think they're probably the biggest catalog in Australian progressive house producers, and they make track all the time, and they play live at all those festivals. It's only their own music, and it's new and fresh all the time. They're amazing producers, so creative, and it's on 1.62, and then that's gonna be followed by. All right, so that's I didn't know that label. I discovered this label not so long ago, Eugenius, and it's one guy from the Journey, Jakob Malmo, amazing human. Also, I just met him a little bit with Thicker Thieves and stuff because I do their sound on live. I do Thicker Thieves shows live sound, and then he's often playing there. He's connected with them and stuff, and yeah, such a nice vibe. This label is really also bringing a lot of stuff from Melbourne. A lot is really actual. Is really the sound of now, and it's really the new actual progressive house sound, and I really like that track, and it's remixed by 91, and 91 is guy living in Sydney that I discovered also not so long ago, and it's all those tracks that he made are really, really beautiful. So yeah, Melbourne music is so amazing. It's so amazing. Oh, here we go, The Journey, because I play after that. They signed a track called Winter on Steel for Valen, and beautiful label. And so I played the Bebeta remix. Look for those guys, The Journey. They really make really, really amazing music. They made a track also with Doppel that is really dope. It's really cool, really, really cool. And then after, oh my god, it's just, how can I get through this? For me, this is the best actual label in Australia and coming from Melbourne. Meanwhile, recording, it's GMG, Gavin Griffin, and Matter, and all their release been on top of the charts recently because they make that really lush, deep, progressive sound. Not aggressive at all, really nice, just beautiful, big reverbs. You can just chill or dance. It's yeah, and I don't have any more adjective. Said I'm so passionate by that music. It's so beautiful, and I know Kevin also for a long time ago. This first track was released on my label, maybe 15 years ago or something like this. Yeah, on Bus Record, and we reconnected through that, through again the pandemic, and what they're doing is really amazing. And this EP Forerunner with I played the track Ancient Method is just beautiful. It's like being really esoterical, shamanic, little sparkly sound inside, and it's beautiful, so amazing. And then after I put a another of their release, which is the Random Genesis remix of Horizons. And you're gonna be transported. At that time in the mix, I'm like completely gone. And then back to Liam Sieker, and this time is with John Baptiste, which I never met, but I heard really good thing about this guy. And they made a really, really nice remix, a bit more banging. This is gonna wake you up of Through the Night, which is Darker Sound. Is an English guy that is really, what he's making is really special. He can really meet a lot of different sort of genres of music, from breakbeat to house to techno to progressive, and it's really well done. And then after, it's one of my track that is unreleased. I'm still finishing it, but I think it's a pretty nice track. There's not even a name. And then after is those guys, GMJ and Matter. They release a remix of Chrysalis from Mike Asai, and it's a beautiful track, and it goes really well with my own track. And then Propeller remixed by GMG again, so all that trip's gonna be like really into their sound. And then I finish with the Melbourne remix of Kasey Taylor. Just like, thank you guys, thank you Jamie, thank you Kasey, thank you everyone who remixed this track that is an anthem for Melbourne. Yeah. I think I'm done. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna have a drink, and I go in behind the decks, and I see you there. There's gonna be a little bit of an intro, so I can get on the decks and get ready for all that. That was a pleasure to chat with you. Now let's go for an hour 30 of progressive music, all made in Melbourne, or Australian labels, Australian artists. I love Melbourne. That's the name of the mix. Thank you guys for listening. Maybe we have a bit of a chat after the mix if you're still there. I love you. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for being here. And let's go.
distracted, focused on our own story of self-glory. And now we find ourselves in purgatory, uncharted territory, almost appearing as some cosmic allegory. The children have not been respecting the mother, and now we're all grounded. All sent to our rooms a bit confounded, given space to think about what we've done. We face a fork in the road, and we've slowed enough and have time to reevaluate, and can now more fully anticipate what might become of us all if we do not heed his call. And I call for us to explore a new way of living, one more focused on giving and forgiving than keeping score of other shortcomings, choosing to align and stand as one, protecting our planet and mutual well-being, finding collaboration as freeing and seeing that together we are healed. Because the power that we yield as one unified field unfolds exponentially. Untold wonders emerging consequentially. So let us take this time to reframe, rebuild, restructure, rethink, allowing this breath to help us resync with our planet, ourselves, and with each other. May we stand up in service and rise to the occasion, allowing this invasion's abrasion to unify our collective body support structures. It's time to re-indigenize ourselves, getting back to ourselves as we recognize we are all one, fueled by the sun, from the macrocosmic to the microscopic. No longer will we be so myopic. I am you, and you are me, and together we make up this complex family. And though I may be different, we may never meet. Let's turn over a new page, climb out of the back seat, take an active role in shaping the path beneath our feet, saving the world and refusing to be beat. This is the awakening of the revolutionaries. We are the solutionaries, rewriting the dictionary so we can step into legendary. Time to end the separation. Welcome to global regeneration, laying the new foundation of the we generation. This is no longer a me generation. We are the ones that we have been waiting for.
that's it. Here we are. Thank you everyone for following. It's been 3 hours of real pleasure to be with all of you guys. I would like to thank again Kasey Taylor for his beautiful closing track. One of the old guard, also Melbourne child, and also GMT Matter, Liam Sieker and John Baptiste, The Journey. Who else? We had Brent and Scotty, the Thank You City Boys. We had also Doppel, Andy on Open Record. Jesse, thank you guys so much for everything you've done for the scene and this music and who you are. Thanks again for Kasey Taylor. Thanks for Jamie Stevens, and thanks to Aiden and Bato and Antix and Out of Sorts, and thanks to Phil K, and thank you all. Thank to Wilma also, Mike Rish, and James Betham for everything you do, guys. Love you heaps. That was great. That was fun. I might keep doing that. I don't know how often, but I really enjoy doing that. Right. Well, bye bye. See you soon. Love you.